Hi, Lisa. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a great day. So nice out again today. A little windy, but we'll take it. Beautiful weather. All right, it's after 3. I'm going to get started. Hopefully, some others will jump in except you and me, Lisa. All right. Happy Thursday, Stampers. My name is Barb Reed, the Wexford Stamper. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you can find me on Facebook, and my blog is called The Wexford Stamper. So you can always look for my tutorials in either of those places. Hi, Cheryl. Ooh, you sneaky girl. Glad to see ya. We are going to be making this fun and pretty large gift bag. And what I really like about it, it has a front flap that flaps over, but it has a magnetic closure. So it closes and stays closed. Love it. And it's pretty large. Let me see here. I'll measure it with my paper here. It is about, let's do this side so I can read it the other way. It's almost 7 inches tall and 2.5 inches wide and 3.5 long this way. So it's a good size. You could get some good goodies in there. So I'm going to show you how to make this today and what products I'm going to be using. Let me show you that. We're going to be using some products from the Trimming the Town suite. This is one of my favorites, and I just did a whole bunch of Christmas cards using this for our last Cards, Carols, and Cupcakes event. I love this suite. The paper is the star of the show, I believe, even though I love everything. And we are going to be using some of the paper today. Let me show you this paper. We're going to be using this sheet. Look at that. Isn't that so beautiful? I love it. But I wanted to bring out this pack and show you some other designs on here. Let me grab them out of the bag here. And just to let you know, this paper is on sale all month for 15% off. Oh, come back, Lisa. I know we're very unhappy with Facebook ourselves, so we totally get it. But you can do cute little pictures with scenes. This would be cute for a sampler. Then there's just some neutral kind of designs on the back you can mix in. Then there's these all tiny little houses. Love this. And then all these little winter people are so, so cute. I made a card with these. And then there's some polka dots and stripes and this pretty trees. I mean, every single piece is amazing. And this is really cute. It has Merry Christmas and other Christmas sayings in different languages. And you can kind of cut them out and put them right on your cards. So it's a really, really neat thing. So yes, this paper is fantastic. So I knew when it was time to make a gift bag, this was going to be the one I'm going to use. So, yeah, let me go ahead and close that up and put that away. And let me show you a couple other things here. This that I'm using here, this ribbon is also from the Trimming the Town. However, I will be using the Old Olive. There's a real red and an Old Olive with the gold trim on it. And then, of course, I'm going to use a little Jingle Bell because you just need jingle bells on everything for Christmas, right? And then these 2 little labels here. Can you guess which set they're from? Which die set? Of course you know which ones I'm going to use. They are from the Happy Hippo and Friends. Hippo and Friends. And I use these. These are beautiful nesting labels here. And I used 2 of those. But you guys know how much I love the labels in this set. And I told you I would be using them again. when it came to Christmas time. And here we go. So I use that kind of as the little lift spot for the bag. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about is our saying. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Now the Trimming the Town suite does not have any sentiments. So I pulled out an oldie but goodie, the Merry Moose. And that has it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Well, this one has a lot of really cute sentiments. This is one from last year's mini catalog that came back again. So if you like moose designs, I love to put moose with buffalo check. It looks so cute on cards. This Merry Moose also comes with a punch, so you can punch out your moose. Hi, Diana. How are you? Thanks for joining. All righty, well, let's get started on our bag. We're going to use a 12 by 12 sheet, no cutting. Okay, we're going to start with it 12 by 12, so there's no need to cut just to get started. All right, and you want to pick the side. If you have a direction on your paper, you want to start your scoring with the paper facing straight up. Like this is going to be the top of the bag. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start our scoring. And remember, all these score lines and all my dimensions for everything will be on my blog. So don't worry about trying to write them down now. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to first score at 3 1/2, 5 3/4, 9 1/4, 11 1/2. Okay, those are our first three. Now we're going to turn our paper to the right, which means you want the top of your paper, the top of your bag to be on the right side, because our next score lines are going to make the bottom of our bag. So we don't want them to be up here. All right, so 2 1/2, 2 1/4, then 9, and 11. Okay, 2 1/4, 9, and 11. This one's going to make our little cuff on the top of the bag. See right here, you can see it a little bit, that it's a different color here. I turned it over. Okay, so we will get to that soon. All right, that is all the scoring we have to do. I'm going to bring in a template so you can see exactly how I'm going to approach this. Okay, this is the piece of paper cut out exactly as we need it. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and crease on all my score lines. Hello, Renee. Welcome. Happy Thursday. We're working on a Christmas gift bag today. And it's a big one. It uses a full sheet of 12 by 12. All right, so I folded across all those vertical, and now I'm going to fold the bottom, and now this is the top up here. Okay, we have one here, and then we have this one that's going to fold back, so we see that nice stripe right on the top. Okay, so now I have everything. Oops, let's get the skinny one here on the end. Can't forget him. That's how we attach our bag together. Okay, now let's go ahead and work on the bottom of the bag first. That's the easiest way to start. Okay, so if you look here, this is along the side that has that skinny rectangle, that 1/2 inch rectangle. Okay, we're going to cut that off. And then we're going to wedge the rectangle that's left going up here just a little bit so that doesn't interfere with the bag coming together. Now I can't hardly see the lines. All right, then I'm going to cut up to the first horizontal score line on all the rest of these verticals down here. And this is just going to come together to create the bottom of the bag. Okay, and what I do now is the smaller flaps, they're going to be folded inside the larger panels. So I'm going to take a little bit off each side of those so they fold in nicely and don't interfere with each other. Make a nice smooth bottom for us, because everybody likes a nice smooth bottom, right, girls? Yes. All right, so there's our bottom, all finished there. Okay, now for the top, if you notice, it flaps over just like this. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do here, if you look at the template here, we cut off everything until we get to the last panel. So don't panic, that's the way it actually goes. So I'm gonna kind of turn it this way, and everything comes off until the last panel there. Okay, so after you have these bottom parts that are going to be your bottom of your bag, then you have the long parts that are the sides, and then you start cutting here. Okay, and some people like to use a trimmer maybe to cut it. Nah. Okay, there we go. We have the one last panel there on the end, and then we're going to cut down using that. Okay, so we had to cut out quite a large piece there, but that's because we have a panel on our bag, and we're going to fold that back, and that will make our little flap that goes over the top. All right, let's take our template away, and now we will get started on our box. Okay, I'm sorry, our gift bag. Then first thing I'm going to do is grab my Stampin' Seal Plus. This has become a friend. I was a little leery when I first got it, but I really like it now. It is stronger than the tear and tape that I like to use, and it's much easier to dispense. So it has become a good friend, can we say that? All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to put a long strip right down that thin rectangle along the right-hand side, okay? I'm gonna then turn my paper over and just fold in this side. This is where the sticky is. And then I just fold this over like that. And it makes a nice straight seam, okay? Then you can pop it open, and there your gift bag is almost done already, all right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and fold in those two panels that we wedged a little bit, and then I'm gonna fold in the back one. Let's take a look now. When we put this together, this is gonna be the front. So we want this flap to be the last one to go down on the bottom, okay? So let's put a little bit of our Stampin' Seal Plus on here, and a little on here. Okay, so let's look at it again. This is the front of the box, the bag. So we're going to do the back panel first, the front panel second. Okay, then I like to put it down, and I take my scissors, get in there and push everything down. And there you have it. There is the bag. Okay, now I'm going to show you how we make the closure. Okay, so this is going to fold down like this, okay? And I just kind of let this fall in a little bit, and that's going to be your completed bag. But remember, I told you it's going to be a magnetic closure, okay? So we want to make sure we make that. Now let me show you. I've used these on past craft projects, and I can link in the description where I got them. These are not a Stampin' Up! Product. I got these on Amazon, just like you can get just about anything else in your life. And they're tiny 1 by 8 millimeter magnets, but I'll tell you, boy, they are strong. Okay, they're very small, but they're strong. Okay, so let's talk about how we get this closure. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take either one of the magnets. Thank you, Cheryl. I know. I love the paper. That's the only thing you have to do is grab a piece of that Trimming the Town paper, and you've got a lovely bag. And I'm going to take my glue dot and just stick it, oops, stick it right onto the roll. Okay. Then I'm going to peel it off, and I'm going to put it inside the bag about 1.5 inches, I would say, from the top. And you'll get a feel for it once you start working with it. So I'm going to go inside the bag, with it on my finger and put it about 1.5 to 2 inches down in the middle of the bag. So it's right there. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, I can feel it. It's right there, almost like right above this little window. Okay, so now we have the magnet on the inside. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold this down, and we're going to take our second magnet and just bring it over to the bag, and it will automatically stick wherever the other magnet is. So you don't have to worry about trying to find it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab your glue dots again. All right, now I forgot which side it was. Let's do that again, because you want to make sure you're putting the glue dot on the right side. Okay, so that's face down. So I'm going to put the glue dot on this side. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then I'm going to bring it back and set it back on the bag. Okay, and now I'm going to turn it over. And there we go. All right, so now it's right where the bag is, and I put a little bit of a glue dot on it. So when I do close the panel over, that it will cover it. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of the Tombow. Of my Stampin' Seal Plus, and just go right across the panel, and then move the panel up and over the magnet. Okay, so now when you can open, and then when you close it down, it'll catch. Okay, very, very simple. Okay, now let's go ahead and work on our little embellishment for the bag. All right, what I used, as I told you, was the Hippo Happiness dies, and this one I went with the Real Red instead of the Old Olive, just to be a little different. And I used 2 that were nesting. Okay, so on this one, before we stick it together, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. And as I told you, the stamps that I'm using are from the Merry Moose stamp set. I'm going to use, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And then I'm going to use some of the little snowflakes that are falling down just to fill in some of the space. All right, so I'm going to do my stamping first with Misty Moonlight. Just trying to stay with the colors that are in the Designer Series paper. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that right in the center. Love the font of that, so cute. And then I'm going to bring in my Pool Party, because Pool Party is a color in the suite. And I'm going to go ahead, let me close this one before I put my elbow in it. And I'm just going to do some random stamping to fill in a little bit where the empty white space is, because sometimes I just don't like to see the empty white space. So I'm just filling in with some snow. Okay, there we go. Easy as that. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and, using my Stampin' Seal, I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my sentiment and then center it right on the larger die. Okay, and that's in Real Red. All right, let's grab the bag. I'm going to go ahead and use some dimensionals for this. I'm going to just line up 3 dimensionals across the top part of the die. Okay, and then we're just going to adhere it. I put it about halfway. Okay, so it kind of hangs off halfway. If you look at this one here, I have the sentiment with the labels hanging about halfway off. So we're going to do the same here. Okay, so I'm going to close my bag with the magnet, and then I'm going to lay my, there we go. Okay, so now the recipient can just grab the bottom of the label and help them open the bag. And then we have one last thing we want to do. And I took the opposite color. There is a real red and there is an old olive pack of the ribbon that comes with this suite as well. I love it. It's got the pretty little gold along the edge. And then I also put a little jingle bell on there too. And you can get the jingle bells as part of the embellishments. Those came out last year and they're back again. They are very, very popular. So what I'm going to do here before I put it on my label, I'm going to put a glue dot on the knot and on the bell just to make sure that it's going to stay put. All right, so let's go here. Here's one, so I'm going to go ahead and put that one on the knot. Okay, and then the next one I'm just going to put on the back of the bell, just so it stays put. All right, so let's bring our bag back in, and I'm going to adhere the bow and the bell right to this side of the bag, and there you go. They ring a little bit. Aren't they cute? I love these bags. So these are super simple. You can make them, remember, with any 12 by 12 piece of designer series paper. Although we're getting close to Christmas here, I thought a Christmas theme would be great. And most of my projects, I think from now on, are going to be the Christmas themed. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. It's almost Friday, girls. And let me give you a little sneak peek for next week. Ooh, that kind of rhymed. All right, I am going to be showing you how to make the Christmas clutches. Now, I had and still have a card share, a card challenge, I guess we'll call it, right? Going on my Facebook page right now. And you see something curvy? Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. So I put out a challenge to make a double fold gatefold card, and all the winners, or actually everybody's a winner. Everybody who participated is going to get one of my Christmas clutches. And I put a little goodie in there, which I'm not going to open and show. But on Tuesday of next week, I am going to show everybody how to make these. They're so easy. You will love how simple they come together. And these are also closed with a magnet. Okay? So tune in with me on Tuesday of next week, and I'll show you how to make these clutches. I know many of you watching have been lucky enough to get a clutch because of your beautiful creativity. So we'll see you next week for some more Christmas ideas, and have a wonderful weekend. And remember, this Sunday we do have our last Cards, Carols, and Cupcakes event. So if you tune in on Sunday at 2, you can see Dory and I making the cards. And then you can, if you want, you can order the kit for $35 or free with a $50 order. So we'd love to see you this weekend for our last Christmas event. All right, so take care and hope to see you on Sunday. Keep stamping, friends. Bye-bye.